Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered why our bodies, supposedly the pinnacle of creation, are riddled with so many absurd design flaws? If evolution is so smart, why do we have to deal with things like back pain, choking, or even the existence of wisdom teeth? In today's video, we're counting down 7 things evolution got completely wrong with a witty, satirical, and sharp perspective. Let's start our journey into the hilarious bug fixes of creation. 7. Wisdom teeth, the redundant troublemaker. Let's start with the feature that almost all of us wish we could uninstall. Wisdom teeth. Yes, those teeth that emerge last, usually in adulthood, and cause a world of trouble. Our ancestors, with their diet of tough roots, nuts, and chewy meat, really needed wide jaws and strong teeth to grind down food. However, as we shifted to a softer, cooked food diet, our jaws gradually narrowed. As a result, wisdom teeth no longer have enough space to grow in politely. They grow in crooked, become impacted, push against other teeth, and cause pain, infections, and a dentist's nightmare. So, evolution forgot to get rid of these superfluous teeth, leaving us with a troublesome and costly legacy.
6. The S-shaped spine. The price of standing upright. Walking on 2 legs is considered a giant leap for mankind. It freed up our hands to make tools, carry things, and explore the world. However, the price for this upright posture wasn't cheap, and the main victim is our spine. When our ancestors walked on all fours, their spine was arched, like a suspension bridge, to support the weight of their internal organs. But when we stood up, this whole system rotated 90 degrees, turning the spine into a supporting column. To balance our head and body, the spine had to curve into an S shape. This change put immense pressure on the vertebrae, especially in the lower back. This is precisely why up to 80% of adults suffer from agonizing back pain. Evolution gave us a proud stance, but forgot to upgrade the skeletal framework to match. 5. The throat. A risky 2-in-1 design. Have you ever laughed while eating and choked until you turned blue? That's when you realize the absurdity of the human throat's design. Unlike many other animals, we use the same tube for both eating and breathing. This means food and air have to share a single pathway. Although there is a small flap called the epiglottis to prevent food from entering the airway, it sometimes loses focus, leading to fatal choking accidents. This is one of the most baffling and dangerous design flaws in the human body, a testament to evolution's occasional sloppiness.
4. The eye, an annoying blind spot. Our eyes are considered a masterpiece of creation, but they also have a small but annoying flaw, the blind spot. The optic nerve, which sends signals from the eye to the brain, is placed in front of the retina. This creates a blind spot right in our field of vision. Although the brain is clever enough to fill in this gap using information from the other eye and surrounding areas, it's still a design defect. In contrast, the octopus has a more perfect eye, with the optic nerve located behind the retina, completely eliminating the blind spot. It seems evolution could have done a better job designing our windows to the soul. 3. Psychological disorders, the cost of a complex brain. The brain is humanity's greatest pride, the very thing that helped us dominate the planet. However, its complexity also comes with downsides, namely psychological disorders. Some scientists suggest that conditions like bipolar disorder or ADHD may have once been advantageous traits. For instance, the manic phase of bipolar disorder could have helped our ancestors be more productive in the summer, while the depressive state acted as a form of hibernation to save energy during harsh winters. However, in modern society, these traits have become burdens, causing many difficulties in daily life. This is a classic example of how what was once an advantage can become a flaw in the present. 2. The existence of the hangover gene. If you've ever experienced a headache and nausea after a night of overindulgence, you can thank a gene cluster called ADH, or alcohol dehydrogenase. This gene produces an enzyme that breaks down alcohol. However, a variation of this gene causes the breakdown to happen too quickly, leading to the buildup of a toxic substance called acetaldehyde, which causes the unpleasant symptoms of a hangover. Surprisingly, this gene variant is currently evolving and becoming more common, especially in East Asians. So why would evolution favor such an unpleasant trait? Perhaps it's nature's little reminder that every party has its limits. 1. Painful childbirth, a mother's tragedy. And finally, the biggest, most painful flaw that evolution has inflicted upon humanity, especially women, is the process of childbirth. Walking upright caused the female pelvis to narrow. Meanwhile, our ever-growing brains require larger skulls. This conflict between a narrow pelvis and a large head has turned human childbirth into one of the most painful and dangerous processes in the animal kingdom. Women are the only species to endure so much pain during childbirth. It's a harsh trade-off for our intelligence and upright posture, a flaw for which there is still no truly effective patch. So there you have it. Through these 7 mistakes of evolution, we can see that the human body is far from perfect. It's a product of trade-offs, of patchwork bug fixes over millions of years. But perhaps it's these very imperfections that make us more human. They remind us that even at the top of the food chain, we are still part of nature, still undergoing a constant process of evolution. So what do you think? What's the design flaw you find most annoying in your own body? And if you could, which part would you upgrade? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.